I saw you jump there.
I know, it was so loud.
That's so good. We got to repeat it.
Oh, man.
Sorry about that.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the pit. And I've been MIA for a while, but I'm back now. And today we're going to have a little fun. We're going to do a little serious stuff, maybe. How you doing back there, John?
I'm doing okay. I love that look when you just dropped. I had that down too. I had that down like it was like 30% of what it was supposed to be.
It was so loud. Yeah. I mean, I just jumped like that.
Yeah.
But it's good music, you know. It's the kind with that siren and all.
I love that piece.
I like that. But anyways, today my guest, welcome back, Miriam Marks McCowan.
Yes.
I got it right.
Yes, you did.
Because I was just telling her I always say the wrong last name. Sort of like Quaid when people can't say one word. One syllable and it ends up 2 and 3. Anyways, welcome back, Miriam.
Well, thank you for having me.
She's going to talk to us about an annual event that she's a part of, and it's a very important event. And it's coming up real soon, so we wanted to get her in here so she could give people a chance to get together and bring some people down and, you know, do you do. So let's talk about your, what's it called? It's
the Genesee County
Stand Down.
Annual Veteran Stand Down.
Stand Down, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, tell everybody exactly what that means, because I'm not a veteran or veteran. I'm not sure how people say it. Some people say veteran, some people say veteran. But tell everybody exactly what that is and how you fit into it.
Okay, I am a veteran of the United States Army, mm-hmm. and I wanted to do something to help veterans here in Genesee County. So I hosted a veteran stand down when I was in AmeriCorps, mm-hmm. through United Way. So that was my first one. And what a stand down is, it's a event that services veterans and their families. Veterans from all walks of life are welcome to our stand down, and their families, and we service them with different things, such as helping them get their veteran benefits, mm-hmm. Clothing, housing, education, legal services, community services.
Right.
And if they're homeless, for showers, haircuts, mm-hmm. Laundry services where they can do their laundry.
Right.
And just a bunch of community services and veteran affairs services to help our veterans, whether they're transitioning through life or some life event may have happened, just to let our veterans know that we haven't forgotten their service, mm-hmm. and that we're honoring them.
So now, when we talk about the homeless, and you know, we see people all the time, they're holding up signs that says they're vet. The veterans get VA loans to get housing. Is that right? Or is that a service that they can get? Because it seems that it's so many people that are veterans that are homeless. I don't understand where the money is.
Okay, well, that is what it is VA, they can qualify for a certificate of eligibility it's called a VA loan, but VA backs the loan, so they still have to have the credit to get the loan from the bank.
I just thought it was automatic because you've been in the military. I was like, bring on those loans, because we shouldn't have people standing on corners, you know, because mm-hmm. it's really sad. And then sometimes, of course, you got the scammers, so you don't know which is which.
You don't.
But for the ones that are truly homeless, I didn't understand how that worked.
Yeah, they you qualify for like a bank loan, mm-hmm. and then VA, you get a certificate of eligibility, and VA backs that loan. So it is a good benefit for mm-hmm. our veterans, but we still have to qualify.
Oh, okay.
So
and here I was all this time thinking they just automatically get it. I was like, you've been in the military? Cool, get that loan. Mm-hmm. We'd have a lot less homeless people if it was easier to get.
It's that frame of mind, because when you're a veteran, and depending on what type of situation that you are in, or how long you've been in the military, or the your mindset, mm-hmm. sometimes it's hard to come out of being homeless.
Right.
And then sometimes you're thrust into that situation. So, and veterans they're proud. We're supposed to set the example and supposed to be.
But then you have to think that you're human and you can fall down on your luck like anybody else.
Yeah, we do. But we're proud, and sometimes it's hard to ask for help. And so that's where the VA services come in to help with, understanding the veteran mindset, understand, because not many people understand the veteran mindset if they haven't been through what a veteran goes through, such as your training and
actually going to war and seeing body parts and
exactly those different situations. So it's good that VA is there and our community services are there to help our veterans, with these challenges, to transition them through life.
So the program that you're putting on or sponsoring, or it's your program, helps all the vets. You're really looking for vets to come to this so that in case they don't have certain knowledge, because there's probably some that don't know what they need to do, and like you say, simple stuff like just to go get a meal, go get a shower, where they can get some free clothes, or something like that.
Yes, it's an event for veterans to just relax, you get information, you get services, you are provided with resources for whatever that veteran or that veteran family member may need. And if we don't have it there, we're going to direct you to where you can get that service or that resource. And we every year we provide a meal, a lunch meal, and we try to have entertainment, because we're there to let the veterans know that we care. I'm a veteran, and it's always good to know that someone cares about you or your situation. Right. And I think that's just human, response to want to know that someone cares about your situation. And so we just provide those things, and it's Veterans Stand Down. So we're standing down. We're it's a command for you to just to sit and stay, and you are just enjoying the event. You're in at this time we're not large, but we're increasing every year because the word gets out more and more from the people that actually went. Because I wondered, my next question was going to be, why is it called Stand Down? It's sort of like you stand up or you sit down, but you don't stand down. In the military, when they ask us to stand down, it's for us to stop action.
Right.
Where whatever action that we were commanded to do, they're telling us to stop.
Right.
And wait for our next command. So it was started by a group of veterans in I believe it was Los Angeles in California, when they held their first stand down. And from there it's just grown from city to city, state to state, and it's a great event. It's a great event for our veterans to know that our country, the people in our country care about each other, and the camaraderie that we have with one another during these events. So
now this year it's going to be where and when?
It will be at the G Card Banquet Center. Well, it's the conference center now, at 601 North Saginaw Street in Flint, Michigan, downtown.
Is that the red and gray building?
Yes.
At that corner?
Yes.
Okay.
Right there near the corner of, it sits between 5th and University.
Right.
On North Saginaw Street, right across from the U of M parking lot.
The flat lot. Yeah, they've got like one, just like a gray curve with a red door or red something on
It's
the building.
kind of like red trim, I think.
Yeah, that's how I call it, the red and gray building. So it's going to be there. Okay.
Right, that's where that building has a lot of services, and it has one stop where it's a community program where they they assist people with different situations, whether it be housing or homelessness, or whether they need a referral somewhere.
Right.
So I thought that was one of the perfect places to hold our stand down.
Because now One Stop used to be over on Water Street.
Yes.
And Frank was a manager. Frank, I can't remember his last name, but I volunteered over there and had a couple meetings and stuff when they were doing those meetings with see how long ago it's been. But I know a lot of those places in that building left, and they were doing some renos and stuff over there. But they also have like Career Works or something in there now too. Some place, Michigan Works or something
That's
like that.
across the street.
Oh, okay. Because I know that's in the Rutherford building, but they do some kind of job like vocal rehab for people with rehabilitation. Those are in there now.
Yes.
Now, so that building is handy capable, so people can just get in and out.
It is handicap capable, and the entrance where the stand down is, it's going to be indoor and outdoor stand down. And it is handicap capable. It starts at 8:00 a.m. and for our veterans that may be working early, so it'll start at 8:00 and it ends at 4:00.
That's all day.
So,
I gotta get up at 8:00 in the morning.
Yes, ma'am. It's an all-day event to service our veterans. So
is it just for veterans or is it for anybody?
It's for veterans and their families. The community, they may come to see if they may have a family member. They're not an immediate family member, but they might have a friend or a family member that may need help.
Maybe they're a representative of somebody that can't come in. Okay.
So the community is welcome, and but it's an event to service our veterans and their family members as far as the services.
Well, do you have a number or idea of how many people this program has actually helped in the 4 years, or this is number 4 to say 3 previous years that it's been in effect?
Our stand down we've had at most 200 and I believe it was 57 veterans and their family participate that came through the stand down, and that was in our I believe that was our first or second year, and so it fluctuates. For these past 3 years, it has fluctuated those numbers, but it has never been under 100. It's been over 100, and and we have about at most 63 vendors that participate.
Oh, okay.
And the least amount of vendors we had was, I believe it was 55, I think it was.
So now what kind of things do the vendors have? Are the vendors, is all their stuff like military?
They're
or is it just anything?
Oh no, the vendors there, they service veterans. They have some type of program that services veterans and their families. Or just veterans, and whether it's housing, legal services, or DHS or something like that. It's there are community services there that service veterans, and there are veteran affair services that are there for our veterans.
So you have people from, say, DHS that can come through and talk about health services, and maybe somebody from the health department and and G card or whatever.
Social Security.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That.
Or what if they need an ID card? We have those resources to help allow them to fill out an application for their veteran ID card, things like that.
Because some people have lost their Social Security card, and I know that would be a good event for them to get that. Because when you go downtown sometime, it's so packed over there. It's like you can't park nowhere. Then you got to get inside the building, and the numbers are all crazy. They've changed the way they do things in there. And it make it kind of hard for a lot of people, because it's like when people say they have bad credit for 40 years and they never bother to fix it. They say it's such a headache. You know, so they do the same thing with like filling out forms, because I hate it. Excuse me.
This event is there to some of the processes, as far as they fill out the application, and then they may have to go to the social services department to turn it in, or maybe social services can we'll have electricity there where they can bring their laptops in or whatever equipment to help ease that process. But it's a really good event.
So you probably have the ability for people to sign up for the SNAP, because it seems like I go in different places and there's always somebody with a laptop sitting somewhere offering, you know, can I get you this, can I get you that? And I know now, but the thing with that is, like, when you apply for something like that, you have to have an address and everything, right?
Well, that's where most of our I shouldn't say most, I should say where G Card is, they have those PO boxes, those mailboxes where the veterans can, or if they're homeless, they can they'll have an address where they can receive their mail.
Well, that's a good thing.
That was one of a great thing that G Card did, or One Stop did for our homeless veterans, and for those that may be homeless in the community.
Yeah, because that always was a problem with me, with my thinking. It's like, you know, people can't get service because they don't have an address. They go down to get, like, back in the day when they used to get GA, which would be like one single person, but then they couldn't get it because they didn't have an address. And so now they changed the system, and it's like, are they still having a problem? Because I don't understand why these people are on the street. I mean, but now that they can actually go, that might be something that they don't know that they can get. And then sometimes I wonder how many people, you know, really want to go through the process to try to find something, or is this just, you know, they're just so out of it from being in the military? Because it really bothers me and it breaks my heart when I see guys like walking the streets talking to themselves. And, you know, I know it's, you know, it's a mental thing, and I just figure they must have been a vet or something really traumatic has happened to them, and they need to be off the street.
Well, it's all about having the housing for them, and not every person that's walking the street there are veterans, but Genesee County does have a
lot of mental patients,
a large population of veterans that are homeless, and we have a large population of veterans, period. Right. So it has to do with, is there housing for the veterans? Is there are there programs that will help veterans obtain housing, and what are those qualifications, rules, and regulations? Like, how long do you have to be
on a waiting list or
to obtain housing, or obtain help for housing? And what are those you know, what type of fences do you have to climb in order to get those, you know, those services? So that those are challenges that you have to face, and then there's the mindset of, you know, because we don't know what type of trauma they've been through, or what their mind, their mental capacity is. So we don't know. So then that has a lot to do with, are they getting the help? Are they seeking help? Are they falling through the cracks? You know, those type of things. Are they getting the mental help that they need? And or say they have a mental incapacity and they're by themselves. They don't have family to usher them into that direction. So it's you know, there are a lot of factors that we have to look at to find out why we have so many homeless veterans. You know, so those things, you know, I think about those things and I try and say, what is it that I can do to help?
Well, you know, every year when they go around and they count all the homeless people, like on the bridges and stuff like that, what is the purpose of doing that? Do those people get told about services? Do they get handed paperwork or, you know, like flyers or anything? I mean, what goes on with that? Because they do it every year, and I still see people on the street.
Well, I'm not sure how that count works, but I'm not sure if they are just counting the veterans that come to the homeless shelters or people that come to the homeless shelters, or if they're actually physically, because say you count a person under a bridge this one time, it's not necessarily true that they're going to be there the next time, or it may be the same person that you don't know how often.
Right, you count the same people,
the same person.
Yeah,
or if
that's what I didn't understand. I mean, you could double count all year because some people just move in and they may not leave. But what do they get for that count? Are they getting any kind of service, any kind of referrals, any kind of help? And then when we see those new apartments that were built right there on Court in Grand Traverse, and they were saying that anybody could move in them, you know, and they were like, you know, homeless people, seniors, and I'm thinking, should they mix a group of people like that, especially if you have people that are, say, like schizophrenic and dangerous and you don't know it?
Well, that's true, but that's a whole different can of worms that you have to be concerned about. But it's just, I think that it all has to do with whether these programs are getting the dollars, the grants that they need to fund the program to help, you know, these different situations. And for the stand down, we're there so that all of these community organizations and including VA can be there so that when that veteran comes through the door, they're able to receive the services that they need.
Right.
And so that is one of the main purposes of holding the stand down. Everyone is in one setting so that veteran will not leave out that door without getting the services that they need. Now, the whole thing is we can offer the services,
right?
But after we've also offered those services, and there are those caseworkers that, you know, that check up, but you can't, as they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it.
Right.
So we're just there to make sure that we're there to provide the services, the resources, and the information. So
you get government funding. Now your group has a 501.
No.
Okay. So the government, if you went for funding to help with this program, are you basically just doing it yourself?
Right now we're doing it through donations and sponsorship. But in the future, in the near future, we're my organization is Vet Connected, and my organization is going to seek 501c3 status so that we can see about getting grants for future funding so that we can offer more services.
So did you have a fundraiser for this event? Do you do fundraising at all?
No. We don't do any fundraising. What we do word of mouth, and now Metro Community Development is our fiduciary for the event. We're a program that under Metro Community Development, so that we can get those donations.
And they have to handle your money for you?
Yes, until we get our 501c3.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. It's all kind of strange because I just thought when you do events like this that you automatically had to have that status and, you know, be nonprofit, or you was pretty much doing it out your pocket, or you were doing fundraisers.
But they had those two different. You have a nonprofit that is 501 that has the 501c3 status, and then you have your nonprofit that does not have the 501c3 status, but you can be a charitable organization and solicit funds as long as you put in the paperwork that you need to do.
And the one that does not have the status, you have to have a fiduciary.
Exactly.
Okay. So you can't do fundraising, or if you did fundraising, then that money would have to go to the fiduciary, and then they would have to issue it out to you when you wanted to do something?
Exactly.
So is it guaranteed to be there?
Right. It's under this program, but they're just basically they're managing it's like a savings account.
Okay, so any money comes in, they're your bank.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. So when you get ready,
they hold the 501c3 status.
So now this event is not going to cost you anything. You just have to get like all your vendors and everything together.
Well, some of it, like for myself, because I have my own organization, my organization donates to the stand down, and then other organizations, they'll donate to the stand down also, as they'll give a donation, whether it's food, and some nonprofits will be not nonprofits, some for-profits will do sponsorship,
right?
Like whether it's food or just clothing, anything.
But that's how I wondered how you get a lot of the stuff for the events, because when I volunteered a lot, we were always doing a fundraiser to gather money to get all the stuff we needed to put the thing together. So I didn't know if is this something you had to do yourself, or if you were like nonprofit and you can get a grant to help you with it, or...
No, we do everything strictly through getting donations so far, and hopefully soon we'll be able to start doing those fundraising things, and that's once you get our 501c3 status.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Once I got started doing this and I started really looking at everything, because I want to always make sure that we're doing things legally,
right,
and decent and in order. And so
it's a lot of steps, a lot of paperwork.
A lot of steps, a lot of paperwork. And even with fundraising, I didn't know you had to have a license to do those things. So, depending on what type of nonprofit that you are, and whether you are a charitable organization or whether you have a charitable trust, or if you're working under a 501c3.
Yeah.
So those things that you always have to keep in mind. So I'm always trying to make sure I'm looking up, the regulations and things like that,
right,
to make sure that we are in compliance with Michigan state laws.
Right.
So
we want all the vets to be part of the way.
IRS laws.
Yeah. The IRA and the S.
So those
we don't want them knocking on your door.
Exactly. But it is a really great event, and we are inviting all of our veterans to come out, all of their family members to come out. If you're a friend of a veteran or you're concerned about a veteran, come out and get information and resources for our veterans here. If you're a veteran from another county and you're just looking for information, we can direct you to the right source
in that county.
In that county that you're from.
Right. Well, that's good to know, because you might have more people coming in because they, you may not do this, they may not do it in other counties. So that's eventually you guys are going to be traveling from county to county, spreading the word. Exactly. And, your organization will be all over the place.
That's our plan.
I just predicted it.
That's our plan.
That's it. So now tell everybody again when this is. I know you said the time, but did you say the when? You probably did, but I was talking.
That's okay. The Genesee County 4th Annual Veterans Stand Down is June 23rd, which is a Friday, from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. All veterans and the community and their families are welcome.
Wow. Well, that's good. I don't know. I might wake up and come down.
And also, if you'd like to volunteer if you'd like to be a vendor or volunteer at the event, please call 810-309-9037, or you can email me at vetconnected.com vetconn@gmail.com, and it's spelled VETCONNECTED @gmail.com.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. I didn't know I could volunteer. I might want to volunteer now.
Oh yeah, you can volunteer. Volunteer to usher our veterans in the door for traffic flow, where they may want to park. Show them where the different services are. We always welcome volunteers. And we thank our volunteers because they are honoring our veterans. They're showing that they care and that they haven't forgotten their service.
Oh, well, that's great. So now, is there anything else you would like to say to our guest family, people that are listening about this event before we sign out for the day?
Come out. We're going to have food for our...
That's right there, food. I'm coming. That's all you have to say.
And we're going to have a good time.
So everybody, make sure you contact her if you want to volunteer or come down to the event between 8 and 4 and guarantee to have a good time and get lots of information. And this is the 4th annual Veterans Stand Down.
Yes.
And we want to thank you, Miriam.
Oh, and I do need to tell, we are going to have entertainment. The Moulton family is going to play for us.
I don't know who that is, but I'm not from Flint.
They called me and asked could they donate their time to...
Oh, that's wonderful. Are they from here, local?
Yes, to entertain our veterans. I was like, oh, great.
Oh, well, that is good because, like I said, I don't know who it is. So I'm pretty lost with that one, but that would be good entertainment. We should have got some more people. I didn't know he was going to have a band and stuff.
They called me about, I would say 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And
they're going to be there for the whole day?
I believe they're going to do 2 sets. So I think they're going to do a set in the morning and one in the evening.
In the afternoon, okay. After you feed everybody lunch.
Exactly.
All right. Well, with that, I want to thank you again for coming in and telling everybody about your event. And it's Flaminpit, and we're out.